except for you graduated. I feel sorry for everybody that graduated this year. But first entry is Audrey Eichmann of the Pilot 4-Hers. Second one's in is Cole Benazin of the Elton Abbey Hustlers. This is breeding pair. This is based on if they're going back home and be used as commercial gilts in everyday pork production, and probably uniformity, having two pigs that look nearly alike. At the conclusion of the show, we're going to have a third annual Pee-wee Swine Show, right? And we have kindergartners in first grade, looks like first grade, second grade, and third grade. Next one in is the other entry of Cole Benazin of the Elton Abbey Hustlers. These pigs range in weight from 220 pounds to 245 pounds. We have one more entry coming, correct? No.
Well, thank you, Randy, for the warm welcome, and good morning, folks. Welcome to the Swine Show. You guys all ready to have some fun today? That's a pretty good start. Actually, I'm going to be real honest, it's not a very good start. So we're going to try that again. So let's just kind of talk about this. This has been a challenging year. These kids have kind of gone through a lot of adversity, probably a lot of ups and downs. They were able to come out here and we're able to show today. So with that said, are you guys ready to have some fun? All right, yeah. So we're starting off the day with our breeding pairs. This young lady came out next. She said she's a professional showman, and she didn't need a buddy to come out here. These young men are out here doing a good job though as well. To me, these are the two that kind of work their way to the top in terms of just having that extra durability, having that extra stoutness. She's going to go ahead and lay out our class today. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for this young lady. I think it's kind of a close pair because we've got kind of the next two coming out. They match up extremely well. They're very similar in type and kind. As we kind of compare them to our class winner, maybe not quite the overall stoutness and durability, just that extra power, but they definitely represent well. They're very functional in their time. They're very sound in their structure. Give us a lean look. Just need to see that open up just a little bit more there in their center of gravity. Really nice pair to go ahead and start off. Really excellent class. Again, let's go ahead and give these exhibitors a nice round of applause. Thank you.
Results of class 1 breeding pair, with first place goes to Audrey Eichmann, and second place goes to Cole Benazin. We're now ready for the pair of market pigs. They are Jackson Benazin, Trent Davies, Brody Kane, and Garen Castle. Four pairs. First pair is Jackson Benazin. They weigh 243 and 242. This is Trenton Davies of the Elton Happy Hustlers. They weigh 250 and 257. Next one in the ring is Gary Schaffner of Crossroads 4-H. They weigh 290 and 295. We need that really case space. To get your purebred breeding deals ready for the breeding swine class, that'd be Jersey Bronx, Madison Kane, Mallory Kane, and Kane Axner. To get those ready. Next in the ring is Brody Kane at Crossroads 4-H. Picks away at 255 and 255. This completes this class.
We're in the ring here, and we're having a good time again. They saved the best for last. The young man over here has his friend out here showing. I'm trying to convince him that it's a nice thing to maybe have give her a special thanks, give her an ice cream cone since she's a good showman. He's really not going with that, are you? You're all business. I think that would be the nice thing to do. So I think you got a nice pair here. You got to be thankful because you got your kind of our easy class winner. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for this exhibitor. Oh, it's a sister. That's why you're not very nice to her. You still have to love your family, man. Now the next gentleman coming out next, if he would have picked his pig up for me, he's a big boy. He says he did list 325 and the pigs weigh 260, but he wouldn't attempt picking one up. So he's not being very supportive today, but we'll still going to give him the second place in this particular class. These over the class winner, maybe just a little bit taller, a little longer body pigs. They're a little bit leaner in composition. As we get on, we get a little critical, and maybe not quite as opened up, maybe not quite as productive there in that ribbon body. Get out there and carry themselves extremely well. They do a nice job with that. The next two young men coming out, There you go. I didn't even have to ask you. Thank you guys. The next two coming out, again, probably give you just a little bit more leanness and just overall leader composition. They're pigs that are functional out here, pigs that are performing. As we compare them to our previous two, again, maybe not quite as opened up, just like to make it a little bit productive there in that ribbon body. The young man coming out next with the white pigs, definitely pigs that have been very efficient, very good in terms of their growth pattern. Again, as we analyze them, maybe they just get a little bit more closed up there at the ground, maybe just a little bit heavier in terms of their condition, just like to lean them up. Definitely appreciate the practicality, definitely appreciate their efficiency. Again, a really good group of kids. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for more. Thank you.
The results of market pair pick, first place goes to Brody Kane, second place goes to Trent Davies, third goes to Jackson Ozen, and fourth goes to Garrett Schaefer. We are now in the purebred breeding field class. That's the Durocs. We have 4 Durocs entered. Jersey Brawl, Madison Kane, Howard Kane, and P. Naxmere. We have a yellow program for you. I think they're located over on the south side. Is that right? So if you want a yellow program to follow, there should be some more copies over that. All right, ready? Go ahead. We have a Duroc class, and we have all other breeds class. So evidently, you have 3 or more of a certain breed, you have your own class. You bring in the Durocs, here comes another one. First exhibitor in the ring is Jersey Brawl. She's the Lincoln Loyal Leaders. I mentioned this a couple times today, but the truck is leaving at 2 o'clock. So those of you that are selling on the truck this afternoon, the kids need to be there in the swine barn. The families need to assist at loading on the truck. So make sure if you have a pig that's going to market on this truck, that you're here at 2 o'clock and you don't get them things loaded. Next one is Kane Axmere, the crossroads 4-H'ers. And Madison and Mallory Kane. Kind of fitting to have a hog show today on the way up here. I heard that today is National Hot Dog Day, that Americans consume 20 billion hot dogs a year. And the 4th of July, they consumed 150 million just on the 4th of July. I got thinking the other day that too bad the New York Times wouldn't spread a rumor that Dr. Fauci says that pork would prevent coronavirus. Wouldn't that be great? Get that rumor out there. There's a grand champion. Yeah, you have a champion. We got to keep top 2 of these. Okay, we have
then we have, yeah, and the commercial deal goes to Grand Canyon.
But there isn't a separate championship.
No, that was with the last.
Okay, the first two of these deals get held back for the champion purebred breeding deal.
Okay. Yeah, that's good you brought that up. I wouldn't have.
We have a trophy for champion purebred breeding deal, so we keep the top two of these back, and then we have the next classes of all other breeds. Looks like we got a Yorkshire here. So we get Audrey Heitman, Marshall Meyer, and Ashlyn Schultz need to be bringing their purebred gilts up here. Looks like we've got a Hampshire coming. We need one more up here. I guess to get caught up on some advertising, it's on your back who sponsors these trophies. And the champion pair breeding gilts trophy was donated by Compass Memorial Healthcare Clinics. Reserve champion pair breeding gilts was also Compass Memorial Healthcare Clinics. And the champion pair market hogs, that trophy was donated by Compass Memorial Healthcare. The reserve champion pair market hogs is trophies donated by Rudolph B. Farm.
Let's go ahead and give Randy a nice round of applause for doing our announcing today. But more importantly, let's go ahead and give these kids a nice round of applause for an excellent set of Durhams. Folks, it's not very often when you step in the ring and you get to lay your eyes on a Durham, and then you get to lay your eyes on 4 of them that are extremely high quality like we have right now. You know, I had the opportunity to come over here and evaluate this show a couple of years ago, and you know, just stepping into this bar just kind of gives you the chills. Because you guys have a great thing going here, that the atmosphere is just great. There's just something about this facility. And then when you get in here, you get to evaluate high quality livestock. You know, I'm assuming that a lot of these hogs have already been out and about. They've had a great career already. I think you go ahead. This is at a county fair. You guys need to be awfully proud. The exhibitors, you need to be definitely very proud. Let's go ahead and put our hands together again. I'm telling you, there's 4 out here that I think are extremely high quality, and that's just not. I'm not trying to just come out here and be on a soapbox and just say that just to sound cool. Because I think there's 4 different things that we could do out here. I think there's a lot of different ways. To me, we got to evaluate it today and kind of use my priorities and what we feel is important and what we feel is the one that puts all the right things together. To me, I think there's one that just kind of the combination of power, stoutness, and balance. I think there's one that just, I think they're all comfortable out here. Right? I think all of them get out here and move. Angulations is certainly good. And that's hard to do on the red ones because you put that much power and stoutness. And then one package that's extremely tight. Extremely tough. So these young ladies with white shirts, she's going to go ahead and do this class. Go ahead and put your hands together for her. I think it gets a little bit more challenging for second, and again for third. The young lady in the blue shirt on this side here. Right here, she's going to go ahead and be second. So let's go ahead and give this young lady a nice round of applause. I think those 2 kind of surface to the top in terms of just being elevated at the shoulder, kind of giving that youth and that youthfulness. I think they're 2 that just kind of complement each other in terms of just being right, their overall composition. I think they're fresh today. I think they get out here and just kind of represent themselves extremely well. For third, the young man with the bigger stouter deal. This is an extremely good deal. I think you know, we would have been able to evaluate her maybe 3 weeks ago. This is one that we can match up in terms of what our first and second do in class. Today, she just gets a little bit heavier in her condition, and just like to clean her out there in the lower lower up here. I like to extend her out and legs forward. But you study one that's extremely stout in her foot size, extremely bolted out of rib shape. This is an extremely powerhouse in the south. To me, this is one that's going to go on in January. Today, she's just maybe not quite as fresh and youthful. Let me take you on the next step. When she came out here in the range, she was the first time here. I'm sitting here going, wow, this is going to be one tough one to beat. As you study this one, she's extremely long, extremely balanced. This one's, she's kind of a showy when you get from the side. We're going to get a little bit more critical on her. She wants to close up just ever so slightly up the ground, maybe not quite as pulled apart near her rib. And then just like this finger and underline, just make her just a little bit better in terms of just the overall spacing and teeth size. That's an extremely high quality one to go forward. This is one that any other county. Excellent set of Durox. Let's go ahead and put them together to get a great class.
Results of the first place in 2020, second was Howard King, third to King Axebeer, and fourth to Jersey Raw. Now we have the purebred radios, all other breeds. We have Audrey Eichmann with the Hampshire Yellow. We have Marshall Meyer. He was at the spot deal. And we have Ashton Schultz with the Yorkshire Yellow. The class winner of this will go against the first place Duroc for champion purebred radio. Next class, we got some here. That's good. We got breeding deal class, the commercial breeding deals, class 1. We have Audrey Heitman, Jackson Benaz, Ashton Schultz, Paul Benaz, and Madison Puckle, and Madison King.
In the ring now, we have all of the breeds in the breeding deal division. Again, we got a really good, high quality set of individuals. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for all these kids. Does anyone know what the Yorkshires are known for? The mother breed? Who was that? Go ahead, raise your hand if you said that. I know you're on your phone trying to act like you're not hearing me, but go ahead, wait. That young man over there in the teal shirt doing the announcing, he said he's going to get you an ice cream cone for getting that one right. So let's go ahead and give her a round of applause. Right, Randy? All right. Randy said he's going to buy a lot of ice cream cones today, so I hope soft serve is ready. Young lady at the Yorkshire is going to go ahead and lead off this class. I think kind of a logical place to start. Go ahead and give her a round of applause. She's working hard. She's the one out here that is the most comfortable. She's the most direct in her structure. She balances up extremely well. She's really good at composition. And then you got to be proud of a nice Yorkshire yoke there. For second, I think it gets a little bit more challenging. To me, I like just the overall the rear leg and hindset and the young man driving the spot. I think that one comes to me second best. Really love her composition, love her muscularity. We want to get a little critical compared to our York. Maybe not quite as attractive there for that front one third. Definitely a really nice gift to follow up in second. Young lady coming out next with the Hampshire. This is a tremendously good Hampshire. We get out here compared to the other breeds. Maybe she just kind of has a few more faults. When we get right behind her, just like to make her a little bit more athletic, maybe make her a little bit more coordinated. Extremely good gilt. She's extremely stout in her features. Deep bodied gilt, very maternal in muscle. Great gilt there to go third. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for another really good class.
Placing in all of the breeds is first place to Ashley Schultz, second to Marshall Meyer, and third to Audrey Eichmann. We are now going for the champion purebred breeding deal, trophy donated by Rob and Mary Beach. So it will be Madison Kane Duroc against Ashley Schultz Yorkshire for champion purebred breeding deal.
we go. We have two line representatives in our purebred division. We've got two really nice representatives out here. Two awesome showing. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for these kids. Again, I think they come in here and represent what we're looking for in a breeding kit, having the priorities in terms of just having balance, having the structural integrity, having gifts that have less substance, and having gifts that are just appropriate for overall condition. I think we've got two high quality individuals. There was a really tough division out here, and it took me a little longer to sort, and that's kind of not typical at a county fair. The young lady are the girls we go into here. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for that.
Second place, Ross York, Larry Perry, is our first these skills go back to God and come back later. We have 3 classes of commercial skills to get through, and then we'll go to the main champion breeding guild. So it will be the champion pyramid guild against the class winners of those 3 commercial guilds. This area will be the winning champion.
Thanks again, Randy. We bring that second place draft down here again. It just shows how tough that particular class was. Nothing to take away from the work we did, but that's a very high quality get. To me, there's just a little bit more softness, a little bit more power, just better comfortability. The young lady with the draft's going to go into the good. Let's go ahead and give it our hands together for the 2 different.
The third champion pyramid guild was the average game. So they can go back to the barn for now. We are ready for, we got 3 guilds up here. We're ready for, looks like there's 6 guilds in this class. We have 3 guilds, groups of commercial guilds. This group ranges in weight from 220 pounds to 246 pounds. This class is judged as if they're going to go back home. This class is judged if they're going to go back home and be used as breeding stock. Participants in this class are Audrey Heitman, Jackson Hazen, Ashley Schultz, Cole Hazen has 2, and Madison Kane.
That big ball in the class.
First takes that completes the class. The first call for the second group of commercial bridging bills. There's 5 men in that class. They range from 257 to 282.
You guys awake out there? All right, let's go ahead and put our hands together for the first class of commercial guilds. If it's all right with you guys, we're just going to kind of leave them walking around the ring, so try to follow along with us. And then we'll go ahead and, as we award the first place and so on, we'll go ahead and just exit the ring. Just for a comfortability standpoint with the things and kind of keep the show going in terms of just keeping them cool, we're just going to go ahead and just talk them as they're standing out here. As we get into some bigger classes, we'll have to utilize the pens, but until then, just kind of stay tuned and follow along. There will be a test at the end of the day. Young lady right here in the white shirt, she's driving a pretty nice one. I kind of asked her, I said, you good with having last place? And she just smiles and she's just like, yep. Like, seriously? She's like, whatever. You want a red ribbon? She goes, nah, I kind of want a blue. But I think that was pretty nice. I think it's better than blue. You're going to go ahead and lead off the class. So I think this is kind of the good way to start. To me, that's the comfortable guild out here. She's the show guild. She's actually the most powerful, and she gets out here and she's the most comfortable. Very, very nice guild to go ahead and follow up, or to go ahead and lead off this class. Young lady right here, I asked her, I said, why are you driving a girl out in a commercial guild class? And she said, well, I've already got a York in the purebred, so I want to turn it out. You've got a very high quality individual out here. This one is the biggest foot, the soundest feature guild. Compared to our class winner, the drops just maybe not quite as opened up and soft there. Their center cavity, but that's an extremely high quality guild there to go second, especially the commercial guild division. That's just saying the power of purebreds that we have here. Young lady with the black guild, here's the guild. I asked the young lady, and as you guys see throughout the day, they like to interact with the kids and know what and listen and hear what they have to say about their projects. It's not just what I have to say today, it's what we can teach the youth, and so that can kind further them into the future. So as they're preparing their projects for next year, maybe they can kind of utilize these skills. So pretty awesome out here we're learning. So the young lady, I said, what do you like about your guild? She says, everything. I agree, that's a very nice skill, right? As we compare her to our first and second in class, maybe just not quite as extended, maybe not quite as coordinated or as athletic off the rear too, but that's a very nice skill that can go ahead and be third. So let's go ahead and put our hands together for that young lady. Young man right here coming up with the white gilt. Here's one that's just really practical in her time. We study her at the ground. She's very comfortable. She's very square. She puts an awful lot of good things together. The young man out here, she's going to go ahead and be fourth. To me, maybe compared to our first or third, maybe not quite as powerful, maybe not quite as opened up. That's a very nice functional gilt there to go in the fourth position. Let's get rid of some lumber in here, not a big deal. Young man coming out next, he's going to go ahead and be fifth, and then the young man on the outside. Again, gilts that are very practical, they're kind, very deep body, just need to open them up in their overall center cavity. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for next class commercial gilts.
Placings on the first group of commercial gilts. First place goes to Madison Kane. Second to Ashton Schultz. Third to Audrey Heitman. Fourth to Jackson Nazen. And fifth and sixth goes to Cole Nazen. As you can see, they're not paint branded this year. We've got to go by the animal ear tag. And like Cole Nazen tonight gets guessed since they don't belong to him. They're fifth and sixth. So we'll have a little bit, might have some discrepancy here today there as far as the ear tag goes. And then flying the ring now is Riley Jones, Clara Sinclair. The third pick down is belongs to, there's a correction, belongs to Taylor Breck instead of Corbin Breck. Then we got Jessica Meyer and Addison Floyd. These skills range in weight from 257 to 282 pounds. They are the medium weight commercial gilts. The first call, we bring up your commercial gilts on the third class, the heavier ones. They range in weight from 290 to 310 pounds.
Entering now, we have our middleweight commercial gilts. Excellent class again. Let's go ahead and put our hands together. The one that's going to go ahead and lead off our class again, I think, is kind of the one that puts the most together, the most good together. The one out here that showed us a little showmanship clinic out here. That's the young lady with the kind of the chromed up, the black gill on the far side. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for this first time showing. I think she's been shown it a few more times than the first time. She does an excellent job out here. A really self-fitting gilt, a gilt that just balances up so well. Very comfortable out here. Again, the young lady does an excellent job driving that one. Young lady on the far side with the belted gilt, she's going to go ahead and follow up with me second. So let's go ahead and put our hands together for this young lady. We almost got on the wrong terms. I asked her a question. I said, what's your favorite part about showing? Or I said, what's your favorite part about the summer? Is it showing pigs? She says, no, showing my cows. I said, hello, you're in the wrong ring, young lady. I don't think you should say that. That's all right. That's a very nice skill to go ahead and follow up with me second. I think that one compliments our class winner. I think she offers just a little bit more length of hip, a little bit more length of stride compared to our class winner. Again, maybe not quite as opened up, maybe not quite as pulled apart there in the center cavity. That's an awfully nice skill to go ahead and be second. Miss Red, go ahead and wave to the crowd. She's going to be royalty someday. You can just see it. I think it's the red hair. But young lady, you got a very nice gilt here to go third. Here's the gilt that's probably the most opened up, probably the most productive, the stoutest feature gilt in the class. In this particular graph, maybe just doesn't have the running gear, maybe just doesn't get out and go like we'd like her to see. Here's a gilt, just need to extend her out their blades forward. That's a very good gilt, a lot of the just overall quality. Really nice gilt there to go third. Young lady on the far side of the scuffle gilt, again, that's a very nice gilt to go forward. She's very pliable in her skeleton, very loose in her overall structure. Here's a gilt, we just need to make her a little bit more attractive from the side. The young lady following up on the outside with the pink and blue brush there, she's going to go ahead and follow up the class. Here's a gilt that's, again, very good in her overall structure. She's very loose. Just need to see her a little bit more productive with her right body. Let's go ahead and put her hands together for the next class.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second class commercial gilts for step place goes to Clarence and Claire. Second goes to Riley Jones. Third to Jessica Meyer. Fourth to Addison Troyer. Fifth to Katie. Ready for the third commercial gilts. They range in weight between 290 and 310 pounds. They belong to Jane Axeer, Grayson Aaron, Andy Axeer, Hayden Destroyer, Paul Wartburg, and Aaron Shaw.
Wait.
Again, if you want to follow on, the annual programs are on the south side over there by that door. If you want to get a copy of the program and follow along. At the completion of this class, we'll have the first place winners of the commercial gilt going against the champion purebred gilt for grand champion breeding gilt. We will place the top 5 breeding gilts. So the first and second, I guess you don't worry about third place. Okay. So the first and second place gilts of the commercial gilts and the champion reserve purebred gilts. The champion and reserve champion purebred gilts should be headed this way. So you're bringing up the champion and champion, reserve champion purebred gilt. In this class, I'd like to recognize the only graduate we had this year is Grayson Garion. He's I guess the only one that graduated this year, right, Manny? So I feel bad for everybody that graduated this year, kind of too bad. I remember my year. I graduated a few years ago, yeah, 1974. The other day, my wife asked me what was the smartest pig in the world. And I said, what breed? And she said, no, it's a joke. And I said, well, okay, what's the smartest pig in the world? She said it was swine. Won't get any more unless you want.
So in the ring now we're working up in our heavyweight guilds, and like you'd expect, you kind of have some challenges. You have some differences. Definitely have some differences in composition. You have some differences and just what we're looking for in terms of structure. I think there's a lot of different ways to go. There's several ways that we could go, but you got to find the one that puts the most together, the one that gets out here. I think that you can project on. Like I said, this probably isn't an easy decision because there's several different things. For me, we'll just kind of work through it. The young lady right here with kind of the big powerhouse, she's going to go ahead and lead off this class. There's some things I'd like to change about my class winner, but as we analyze that one, she gets out here and takes the longest stride. She's very good in terms of just an angulation or skeleton, and she's very good in terms of just her overall burniness, her overall dimension. Like I said, we'd like to change her just ever so slightly and make her just a little bit trimmer in her lower third, make her just a little bit stronger in terms of her front passers. But that's being very critical of a very nice skill. To me, I think that the logical place to follow up, and that's the young man with the blue gill. And I think she complements our class winner, as she's stronger faster, and as she goes away, she is just so authoritative off her rear two. Just love the spread in her new class, love the way she reaches and drives off her rear two. As we compare her to our class winner, she's simply not opened up as much in terms of her rib and body, maybe just a little bit shorter in terms of her neck. But that's being very critical of a very nice skill in that third or the second hole. Young lady over here, this is probably the safe bet. If we want to go ahead and go that way, I'm not going to argue with you. Because here's the gill that probably offers the most length of body. Here's the gill that's very secure, very square, coming and going. But as we get on top of her, she's maybe not quite as impressive in terms of just overall dimension. It's a little bit flatter about her rib, and I just like to open her up there so slightly driving at me. That's a very nice gill for you to go third. Young man coming out here at fourth, here's the gill that probably offers you the most showing presence, because here's one that's extremely elevated at the point of her shoulder. She's extremely good looking from the side. She's very youthful and very good in terms of just her overall composition. Where we want to be a little bit more critical of that one, and we want to really break this one down from a structure standpoint. She gets a little bit more upright in her blade, maybe doesn't quite take as long of a stride as you'd like to see. And as you see, as we get going down the drag, maybe this doesn't get out and reach as much authority off the rear too. That's extremely critical of a high quality gill, because that one comes out and grabs you extremely fast. And again, he likes to show a lot of different species. He said this is the first time showing pigs. Let's compliment him on a very nice gill here to go into his first year. Then you come out next with the Duroc. She's going to go ahead and be fifth, or the Duroc Influence, the red belt. We're going to name her Ruby for the day. Here's a gill that's really long body, really loose in her structure. Very nice gill here to go fifth. The next white one's coming out, again, very practical in their counting. We just need to see them just a little bit more open up in their cavity. Again, let's go ahead and put our hands together for another good class.
Placings on the third group of commercial gifts, first place goes to Kennedy Axmere, second to Kate Axmere, third to Nicole Wartburg, fourth to Gracie Marion, fifth to Katie Troyer, and sixth to Gary Schaffner. Those that have picks in the feeder pick class, first call should be handled this way. Those are pigs weighing under 230 pounds. We have an addition on the yellow sheet that you may not have, Coltonizing. Has a pig that weighs 217. That is included in that class. There's 8 pigs in that class. Vying for Grand Champion Breeding Guild, and we'll select the top 5. Will be the champion Duroc is Madison Kane. The first place lightweight commercial gilts is Madison Kane. First place in the medium weight is Clarence Sinclair. And the winner of the most recent class is Kennedy Axmere. They will be going for Grand Champion Breeding Guild. The Duroc. Here comes the Duroc.
You gotta wait, Randy.
No, we don't have that.
We're gonna
Our sheet goes, we don't have a champion commercial guild. But we do the top 5. The Grand Champion Breeding Guild Trophy is donated by the Iowa County NFO, with the Reserve Grand Champion Breeding Guild Trophy donated by Key Co-op. Again, the champion Duroc is Madison Kane. First place in the lightweight commercial gilts is Madison Kane. First place in the medium weights is Clara Sinclair. And first place in the heavier is Kennedy Axmere.
I would get
So in there right now, we're selecting our Supreme Breeding Guild, and I think we've got 4 out here that are extremely high quality. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for all these exhibitors. We'll just kind of talk them again. We got the young lady just driving right out. Here's the champion commercial guild that drives out. One that's just extremely stout about her feature. One that's extremely comfortable out here. One that just gives you a really good look from the side. We got the young lady substitute out here driving. She's doing an awesome job out here driving that lightweight commercial guild. One that's extremely balanced, extremely functional. Just a solid guild to go ahead and represent the lightweights. We got the young lady on the far side driving the bird stop here. Here's one that's extremely stout and bold about her overall features. Another one that represents the heavyweights extremely well. We got the young lady in the white shirt driving the Duroc. We talked about in that particular graph. One that's just extremely high quality. One that's just out here gets very balanced, very proportionate. And she just offers you so much quality. I think this is really close out here because you're comparing crosses and tiers, and it makes your job a little more challenging because you're not always comparing the same apples to apples or oranges to oranges. But I think we've got 4 out here that you just got to find the one that puts the most good together and the one that just kind of does it for you. The young lady in the white structure. She is right on the right one. She's going to be our pretty good champion. Let's put our hands together for next together.
Champion Huron is Grand Champion Breeding Hill, Madison Kane. We need the reserve champion Huron. Reserve champion Huron is Mallory Kane.
For reserve, I think it gets a little bit closer because I think the two that are in contention for me, I think they offer some differences. I think one's just a little bit stouter in terms of her ankle, and I think the other one maybe just a little bit smoother in terms of her top line. To me, I think they both offer enough chivalry presence. They both offer a lot of quality. The young lady with the medium weight, she's going to go ahead and follow up for the reserve grand champion. Congratulations.
Reserve grand champion goes to Clarence Sinclair. We need the second place for that class, Riley Jones.
Again, another high quality yield to go ahead and pull out here for the third overall. To me, there's another close decision, and that's going to go ahead and be the young lady with the Duroc. She's going to go ahead and follow up for the third overall. Congratulations.
Third overall is reserve champion Huron, Mallory Kane.
For fourth, it comes down to the commercial gills, obviously, right? I think it gets another challenging. I just love the added power, just the overall volume. The young lady with the heavyweight's going to go ahead and be fourth overall. Congratulations.
Candy Axner has the fourth place. Breeding Hill. So we need the second place Kane Axner deal out in the ring.
For fifth, I think it, again, gets a little bit more challenging because we have some differences. We maybe not have that one that puts it all together in terms of just having the added power and the overall balance, but I think there's one that's just so comfortable, so smooth. She hit me hard early. That's going to be the young lady at the lightweight. She's going to go ahead and be fifth overall. Congratulations.
Madison Kane gets the quick clip. So we bring in those feeder kick class, kicks weighing less than 230 pounds, to the ring right now. They belong to Tegan Mass, Addison Troyer, Josh Osborne, Marshall Meyer, Jack Osborne, and Colton Robinson. They range in weight from 165 pounds to 217 pounds.
I just tried this. No, we just tell everybody it's different. There's a lot that sign up and show up. Yeah, there's a lot that don't show up. Okay, so how did I? Yeah, but there's no starting line. Right. So how did I describe that?
How many in the feeder pigs?
It's not great. Yeah, but we go from the production hogs. There's no trophy out here. We go to purebred hog. Okay, so you got nothing. So you have two trophies. So we need we got two. Two hogs. And they're not eligible.
Hey everyone, we've got a really good supporter over here. He's a future pig showman, right? So yes, please show pigs. Okay. What's your name? Everyone put your hands together for Clayton.
So we have 8 pigs in the ring. We're looking for 8 pigs. They go on, 3 of them belong to Keegan Mass, Addison Foyer, Josh Osborne, and Jack Osborne, Marshall Meyer, and Cole Dawes. These pigs weigh into 230 pounds. They're in the feeder pig class. They are not eligible for a grand champion, and yes, we have no trophy for them either. So, this is just for the range in weight from 165 to 217 pounds. Also, there's an addition in this class, Cole Dawson has a pig that weighs 217 in this class that is not a real sheep.
When you get frustrated with it, when it takes off running. What's your name, your pig? Nice.
The first call for the production swine class, 5 entries. Hayden Brick has 2, Paul Nazen has 1, and Jackson Nazen has 2. So the next class is production swine class, 5 entries.
back in, and I imagine he could come back fantastic. The Derby always did, so I should.
When we go in after production,
So in right now we have our feeder pig class, and obviously they aren't feeder pigs, but they're pigs that maybe didn't quite make the weight requirement. With that, I'm still talking to the kids because it's definitely important to talk to these individuals and help them further their career, maybe help them out for next year, things that they can do differently. You know, a lot of things in life don't always go our way, and we've got to learn and try to become better people because of that. And this is what youth and 4-H is all about. And with our projects, you know, we learn responsibility, we learn different things like caring for another animal, or you know, just doing other things just besides for ourselves. So we bring this out here. We've got some animals that didn't quite make weight. But that's all right, because we're still learning out here. We're still using these skills, and you know, we're kind of talking about. I just asked them some simple questions. You know, what can we do different next year? Maybe we can feed them a little bit more frequently. It's really fast. Maybe we can feed them a little bit more. Maybe we can put a fan on them on those hot days and keep them cool so they're comfortable. They want to go to that feeder. They want to perform and convert feed. Maybe we change the facility in the spring and in the early winter or the late winter there. Sometimes it can get a little bit cold, and maybe we change the facilities, keep those pigs performing and doing what they're supposed to do. So we're not just out here showing pigs trying to get trophies. We're out here trying to learn and further ourselves. The young man over here that's going to play in the NBA someday. All right. Well, maybe you're going to win state basketball. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and lead off the class. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for that young man. Young man right here at the next gilt, she's going to go ahead and follow up and be second. I think two gilts that offer some leanness and some cutability. Just need to see them a little bit softer, a little bit more practical about their skeleton. But definitely 2 pigs in this particular drive. Go ahead and move on up. Young lady with the red barrel is going to go ahead and be third. So let's go ahead and put our hands together for that young lady. Just a barrel that maybe gets a little bit smaller this time. Maybe they can lengthen him out his overall body, and he can go ahead and convert and perform a little better. Young man right here with the gray gilded barrel, he's going to go ahead and be fourth. Now nice barrel, again, just need to open him up, make him a little bit more practical. Young man with the black gilt, the gilt that gives you a good look, she's going to go ahead and be fifth. Again, as we get on that one, just need to make her a little bit more practical, a little bit more productive. Young man over here named Big Bacon. I think he's got some worse things pouring out because he's chasing around the ring, but even so, he's doing an awesome job. 192 is going to go ahead and follow up, and then the young lady here will finish off their class. Excellent, nice group of kids. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for all their efforts.
I think I got this as I try to follow along. First place went to Marshall Meyer. Second place goes to Josh Osborne. Third place goes to Addison Croyer. Fourth place goes to Cole Madison. Fifth place went to, fifth and sixth went to Tegan Mass. Seventh place went to Jack Osborne, and eighth went to Tegan Mass. I got the first couple for sure. What we have in the ring now is production swine class. There's 5 head. They range in weight from 231 to 243 pounds. And Andy, the way I think you're judging this class, we did not have a weigh-in because of COVID. These are pigs that were probably intended for the Derby class. And so they are to be judged on everyday production market hogs, which would you want in the Derby. I say every year we want hogs to grow fast, be muscular, stay lean, have the ability to get big and stay lean and muscular, stay sound. And so since we didn't have a weigh-in, that's what this class is about, Andy. It's referred to as a production class. We have 3 weight groups, and this group weighs 231 to 243. 2 pigs from Haley Rick, Paul Dodson, and 2 pigs from Jackson Dodson. He headed this way, first call for the medium weight production swine show class. We do have a trophy for the champion production pigs, so the first and second place pigs of these 3 classes will go for champion production pig and reserve champion production pig, and both trophies are donated by Tyson Fresh Meats.
Randy, you gonna come out here and help me sort these? Oh, he's taking the day off. We'll let that happen. I think this gets a little bit more challenging because it is a little bit more convenient to have numbers on their back, and that's all right because we still need to find the one out here that combines that the carcass merit, combines the growth, combines that comfortability. Because ultimately we're trying to find a barrel that's going to go to the rail and make us a nice carcass, and then we got to put him in the show ring and see if he can handle that. To me, I think you got to kind of break it down to the market hog characteristics and kind of have your priorities straight, kind of having just overall muscularity, overall leanness. And the young lady right here, she's going to go ahead and lead off this class. Let's go ahead and put her hands together for that young lady. I think when we get in and analyze that one, he opens up with the most tenth rib muscle. He's the widest coming at you, definitely the most impressive when you get from behind. As we want to get a little critical, we just want to see him just a little bit more relaxed in the skeleton. But that's an awfully nice barrel to go ahead and lead off this production class. Young man right here, go ahead and wave to the crowd. He's going to go ahead and be second. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for him. I think he offers a little bit more length of body, more length of spine compared to our class winner. As we get in on that one, he's just not quite as opened up there in his rib body. Definitely a nice pair there. The next one, young man number 74, he's going to go ahead and follow up and be third. Again, a bear that offers some leanness and some accountability. I just like to make him just a little bit wider, a little more productive in that rib body. Young man, go ahead and turn around in the crowd. He's going to go ahead and be fourth. A bear that's really good in terms of his productivity. A bear that's really good and opened up in his overall skeleton. To me, maybe just increasing just a little bit more condition than what we feel is ideal today, but a very nice one. Young lady, go ahead and wave to the crowd, smile, your royalty. She's going to go ahead and follow up and round off this class. Here's a bear that's really carcass driven. A bear that really is opened up in terms of his top side. As we get a little bit more critical, this one just like to make him a little bit more comfortable off his front end. Very nice bear to go ahead and round off this class. Let's put our hands together for another good set of kids.
Placings on the first class production swine. First place goes to Haley Breck, second goes to Jackson Dodson, and he had third place as well. Fourth went to Cole Dodson, and fifth went to Haley Breck. We're now on the ring. We have pigs that range in weight from 251 to 275. They belong to Addison Croyer, Felix Croyer, Trent Davis. Corbin Rack has 2 pigs in this class. First call for the third production swine class. There's 5 entries in that class. First call for those pigs to be headed to the ring.
production hogs. The young man, number 128, I asked him a question if he wanted to win, and he says yes, so guess what? He's going to win. Put it away to the crowd. He's our class winner. I think in this particular drive, kind of the production hog that puts the most good together in terms of being comfortable out here. You get on top of him, he's very dimensional. You study it from his lower 130, he's really lean about his lower skeleton. He just gets out here and carries himself extremely well. Next part there to go ahead and be first. Young lady right here, she's, I think that's her stepbrother, so she said she wants to follow up and be next to him since she loves him, so we're going to allow that to happen. She's going to go ahead and be second. So go ahead and follow over there. I think compared to our class winner, maybe not quite as sound, powerful right there over at his plates, but I think another bear that offers some productivity. He's comfortable out here. Another nice bear there to go second. Young lady over here, her bear was extremely athletic, and she said he's just like me because he was sprinting across the ring. He's probably the fastest, and if we wanted to give that award, we give that one. As we compare that one to our first and second, maybe not quite as stout in terms of his overall body. Maybe it gets a little bit softer in his pastures, but that's a very nice bear there to go third. Young man directed the red and white one. Can anyone tell me what breed that is? All right, Randy, did you hear that one? This guy right here, he said he was nice to fun as well. You got it right. This is a Hereford. So I asked him again what Herefords are known for, and all we can come up with is eating acorns. But either way, that's a very nice Hereford. Very durable in his overall skeleton, kind of a deep body barrel, very practical. As we get on that one, maybe not quite as muscular, maybe not quite as hard in terms of muscle shape. Very nice barrel, nice Hereford barrel, honestly. Coming out next with this one, probably the most powerful in terms of this class. He's the stoutest featured, the stoutest in terms of his forearm. We get a little critical when we put it in motion. That one just gets a little bit softer and gets a little bit outside of the skeleton. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for another good class of production hogs.
First place in the medium production market Swine Show is first place went to Corbin Breck on the one that's at the bottom of that class of the program. Second goes to Addison Troyer, third to Caden Troyer, fourth Trent Davies, and then fifth to Corbin Breck on his other entry. We're now ready for the third production class. They go on to Aaron Schaffner. He has 2 pigs. Nicole Werner has a pig. Jacob Rugg. And 8 Stratton. They're ranging weight from 290 to 311 pounds. And then I guess we do have 2 pigs that weigh 337 and 346 in a class after this. So first call for Bowen Stratton to be bringing his 2 pigs for the next class.
That gets to the next page. Randy, our last one.
Now we got 2 big ones coming. 337, 346 pounders coming.
Brady, who's gonna win this class?
I could pay attention here, I don't watch it.
Come on, Brady, you're a hog guy, you know this. The one I
I
heard
was
from
running far in.
All right, I'm not buying any ice cream cone. So the young lady at the red belt, she's going to go ahead and lead off this class. Excellent barrel, go ahead and lead off this production class. Very functional, very sound barrel. Combines that with show ring quality. Excellent barrel, go ahead and lead off this class. Let's put our hands together for that young lady. She's working hard out here. For a second, it gets a little bit closer because we don't quite have that one that offers us that leanness, but we've got some out here that definitely perform well, that are higher performing. The young man right here, this one's going to go ahead and follow up in the second. And the rum colored one, number 148. Let's put our hands together for that young man. The barrel is really tall, long body barrel. It's very deep body. Compared to our class winner, maybe not quite as overall shapely and as muscular, but an awfully nice barrel. There we go. Second. Young lady with the speckled rump barrel right here, she's going to go ahead and be third. A barrel that's really productive, really full by the center cavity. As we get on this one, maybe not quite as shapely, maybe not quite as muscular, and I just like to see that one just a little bit bigger in his overall condition. Young man coming out right next with the predominantly white barrel. Again, another barrel that's really full about his rib shape. It's really deep body. You can tell he's performed and been very efficient at the feeder. Those are qualities that we're looking for. Again, as we get on that and analyze that one, a little bit higher feature kind of barrel, just like to lead him up. And again, on the far side here, he's actually showing those two. I challenged him to show both of them at the same time. He didn't accept the challenge. He's all business and wanted his buddy to show, but that's all right. We'll still have fun out here. Another nice barrel, deep body, very technical. Just need to change him in his overall composition. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for an excellent class of production barrels.
First place goes to Nicole Worker, second to Aiden Stratton, third to Jaden Rupp, and fourth and fifth with the Gary Stockton. Now we have our final class, which is 2 entries. They both belong to Nolan Stratton. They weigh 337 and 346. The first place barrels of these 4 classes will go for Champion Production Pig Trophy and Reserve Champion Production Pig Trophy. Both trophies are donated by Tyson Fresh Meat. And they will come back for Grand Champion later on.
It's on Netflix. Yeah, I'll have to find it when it's on.
Where's my whole buddy at? He goes, oh, I think he's in the house. He goes, hey, Rich. I go, oh shit, is he okay? And he goes, he's fine.
No.
God. What's your take? Last 2 numbers are red. Either one, no matter. Maybe 26 or 27.
So in the ring now, Mr. 147. Guess what? They're both Mr. 147. Hey, young man, go ahead and wave to the crowd. You're going to have first and second. Wave to everyone. All right, so we've got a nice production pair here. They've been extremely efficient. They've done what we asked them to do. They're bears that perform well. They're comfortable out here. And so with that, you know, how do we ask an animal to do that? And they have to start at the ground. They have to be comfortable. They have to be able to have strong feet and legs. Both of these have it. I think we've got two pretty high quality ones. The young man over here, driving how to describe it. The roan colored one, he's going to go ahead and lead off the class. The red belt, the darker red one's going to go ahead and be second. I think there's some differences. We're out there, we're learning. We're kind of talking about the differences, and the young men are learning. So let's go ahead and put our hands together for these kids.
27 seconds.
Okay, first and second obviously goes to Owen Stratton. First place was number 3326 pick at the bottom. We now have for the champion production pick trophy, we have first place Taylor Breck in class 1. We have Corbin Breck on first place in class 2. First place Nicole Werdenberg in class 3. And then the first place of the class is completed, going for champion production barrel. On deck here, first off for the individual pyramid market painted Durocs. We had 3 Duroc barrels. And then we have two classes, all other grades pyramid paints. Just one in the next class. No, we put them on here. In your catalog on the individual pyramid market page, all of the grades, Kennedy Axmere is going to be moved down with all the others. There'll be 6 picks in that class. I think so.
If Randy's ready, I'm ready. So out here we've got our 4 class winners in our production class. Again, we kind of reprioritize. We're not necessarily looking for the show barrel, but we're putting the one that offers us the most lean growth, the one that's out here that's probably the most productive in their type and kind, the thickest, the most dimensional. Most importantly, we want to take them into the harvest facility, and which one's going to make the heaviest carcass, the most ideal carcass. And I think there's one out here that kind of does all those things. Not only combines the show rate presence, but combines the carcass characteristics that we're looking for. The young lady right here, 109, is going to go ahead and be our champion production. Congratulations.
Nicole Werdenberg is champion production 2020, and you're eligible for grand champion. So, that kind of tells you we're in the team for grand champion. I have a reserve champion production today.
So we come out here, and again, we have some differences. We have, as we get to those heavier weights, we've got barrels that are bigger in their type and kind. They're just longer body barrels that are going to offer a longer skeleton, a longer carcass, and we appreciate those things. And we've got some smaller ones that probably offers us a little bit more leanness, and just a little bit more shape of muscle, but they're just a little bit smaller in kind, and they work quite as efficient at the feeder. But I think we've got another logical place to go, and that's the young man with the roan one out there. With the heavyweight class on the far side, he's going to go ahead and be reserve champion, production off. Right here, he's going to go ahead and be reserve champion. Put your hands together for that young man.
So, the reserve champion production pick was the Owen Stratton. Yes. And Bowen, make sure you come back to the grand champion barrel.
Okay, along ringside over here, we've got some really good youth here in Iowa County. She wanted to go ahead and introduce herself and her parents' name, and she wants to tell us why she's excited about showing pigs Sunday. So here we are. It's not what I was looking for. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for Sophia.
In the ring now is Duroc barrels. You have to have 3 in a breed to have a class, so there's 3. They range in weight from 230 to 271 pounds. They belong to Clara Sinclair, Jersey Brawl, and Ashley Phillips.
The discussion.
In the ring now, we have our first class of red chesters. All right, I think we've got an excellent class of Durocs. We've got 3 on here that are kind of unique in their own way. I think there's one that kind of puts the things together in terms of just showing presence, in terms of functionality, in terms of just overall structural integrity. That's the young lady right here, right? Probably the smallest barrel, but when we get on top of this one offers a lot of product, a lot of power, and it's just so functional and balances so well. She's going to go ahead and lead off this class. Let's put our hands together for her. Again, first time showing, she's doing an excellent job out here. The young lady coming out next here for second. Here's a barrel that might offer some advantages in terms of being a taller shoulder barrel. It's a very level top barrel. When we get on that one and analyze it compared to our class winner, he just simply doesn't open up with as much power as he drives right at me. I just want to just pull him apart there in that front center cavity, and I think that's an awfully nice barrel there to go second. The young lady over here grabbing the barrel that's being very cooperative, and she's having a blast as she tries to jump through the ring there. Here's the barrel that's probably the stoutest featured in this drive. He's the most productive. He's definitely the stoutest in just his overall muscle. But we get a little bit more critical on this one, just like to pressure him up here today. Just like to shape him up, just give him just a little bit more look from the side. Very nice barrel to run off the class. Great group of kids. Let's go ahead and put our hands together.
First place went to Clara Sinclair, second to Jersey Brawl, and third to Ashley Schultz. We're now ready for the all other breeds here in market pig. They belong to Timothy Axmere, Audrey Heitman, Brody Kane, Josh Osborne, Jersey Brawl, and Trent Davies. They range in weight from 251 pounds to 271.
Win the show rank.
Okay, hey, come on. Like, go
Should be 6 in this class. We do have a trophy for the champion here in market box. So the first place in this class will go against the champion.
You want to come too? Follow them.
All right, we're looking for one more, right? Okay, here comes the Yorkshire. Looks like it will be 2 Yorks, 2 Mercs, a Chester, and a Hereford. Again, in your yellow program, it has that the kidney accident by itself. That pig got put in with his class. So draw a line down and there's 6 pigs in this class.
So we have some royalty here today. They said they wanted to get an opportunity to talk on the microphone. They said they want to introduce themselves and their folks, any family members. They also wanted to thank you guys for coming out here and supporting the Hog Show. And they also want to talk about their GPA and what they're going to do in college. So here we are. We've got some royalty. Our queen wants to go ahead and start us out. Let's go ahead and give our attention to her.
Hello everyone, I'm Madeline Answer. I was quarantined last year because of the COVID virus. I'm serving as queen again this year. My mom's over there. She's paying to go away. Mom, you right there. Yeah, she's on the fair board too, so if you see her around, give her a thank you for helping put this on. This fall I'm going to the University of Iowa, majoring in pharmacy. Also, I'm more of a beef person, so this stuff's kind of confusing to me. So, go beef.
And next year I'm going to Iowa State to major in animal science and breed medicine. I don't know what else going on. So, yes. Thank you everybody for coming out.
She has a name, but she doesn't want to talk. That's kind of the weirdest name I've ever heard. I don't want to talk. It's a weird name. What is your name? Her name's Hallie. All right, let's go ahead and put our hands together for the royalty. Thank you guys for coming out here and supporting the kids and handing out the trophies. So in the ring now, we have our all other breeds here in our market division. We've got a unique setup here because we have some differences. We have some Berkshires, Yorks, Herefords, and what do you have? Chester? Is that your favorite breed? You have to say that, or you would get upset. So I think we've got an excellent setup here. We have some differences, but I think there's one that kind of combines the overall power and stoutness, just overall dimension and quality. The young lady driving the Berkshire, that's going to go ahead and lead off this division. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for her. I think it gets a little bit closer for second because we got a pair of Yorks that I think are extremely good and unique in their overall quality. Maybe just maybe a little bit past their prime today, but I think this one is going to follow up and be second. Just love the reach and just the overall flexibility in that barrel. Extremely good. Get a little bit critical, just want to square it up from behind. And that's being critical of a very stout feature Nash Yorkshire barrel. Then we have coming out next with the pretty white one coming out. And again, follows up in third. Another nice barrel. Compared to our second place, maybe not quite as tall, quite as shoulder, maybe not quite as shapely. So the barrel is very good. It's true in the skeleton, and we really appreciate his overall freshness. Kind of gets a little bit more challenging for fourth, but the Berkshire is going to go ahead and follow up. Just simply when you get from behind, he is the most dimensional. This down is footed. Compared to our previous ones, he gets a little bit shorter body, just maybe not quite as open up there in the top part of the skeleton. Young lady following up will be fifth with the Chester. Again, a really practical, productive type of barrel. I just need to see him a little bit more comfortable off his rear too. To round off the class, we're going to go ahead and go with the Hereford. Another barrel that's really sound and comfortable out here. When we get analyzing this one, just need to see him a little bit leaner in his overall composition. Just give him a shot of power. Okay, let's go ahead and put our hands together for an excellent class of all of the breeds.
This is, first place went to Kid X, second to Jersey Brawl, third to Brody King, fourth to Josh Osborne, fifth to Audrey Eichmann, and sixth to Trent Davies. We're going for champion purebred market hog. And champion purebred market hog trophies donated by Hillcrest Garden Market, owned by Karen and Nick Osborne. Reserve champion purebred market hog trophies donated by the Iowa County Livestock Sale Committee. And Andy, I was shocked at her showing that Chester pigs. She's not known for Chester pigs. So we have Clarence Sinclair's champion New Rock Barrow against Indy Axner's champion Hudson.
We get out here for a champion purebred, and I think, again, it just gets extremely challenging because there's so much quality here. I think there's a lot of different things that we can do throughout the day. I think there's a lot of things we can do in this particular drive, but again, you got to find the one that kind of puts all the things together you're looking for in terms of just having just that overall quality, that show rate presence, and combining that with just that overall power. I think, again, we've got one that's maybe giving up just a little bit in terms of size, but he doesn't give up in terms of power. And we've got one that's just overwhelming in power. And he's getting out here getting a little fussy, but that's how it goes. I'm sure I don't like to hold that against anyone. I think you've got two out here that are extremely high quality individuals, two that have probably gone out and had some success, and that's good. I think we got a judgment today. Which one kind of does it for me? That's the young lady driving the Berkshire. She's going to go ahead and get her champion. Congratulations.
Second place in that class is Jersey Brawl. Those of you with the individual market pick, there's 4 in the class, need to be headed this way. Looks like we got somebody in the area. They're Mallory King, Clarence Sinclair, Eleanor Sinclair, and Ashton Show. Going for reserve champion, purebred market pick.
So we get out here for reserve, we bring the Yorkshire out of that heavyweight, and I think that's another one that's extremely good in terms of just having some added length of body and offering that just overall, just the longer skeleton type of a barrel, where we get a little critical, it gets a little bit softer in his feet, maybe want to square him up from behind. We still get on that one, that's a power hog. We still like that one a great deal. There's another one that just offers just a little bit more shorter presence, a little more quality, compared to our champion, maybe not quite as style in terms of foot size and ankle, but that's another really good one. The Durac's going to be reserved. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for another really good individual.
Reserve goes to Clarence Sinclair with their Durac. They will be coming back later on for grand champion market. So we just have one class of 4 lightweights. So the winner of this class will also be the champion and reserve champion. Lightweight, they will come back for grand champion later on. They range from weight from 232 to 238 pounds. Champion individual lightweight trophy is donated, and the reserve champion lightweight individual trophy, both are donated by Compass Memorial Women's Care and Clinics. We got one more yet. Claire had to give her off back. Again, we have Mallory King, Claire Sinclair, Eleanor Sinclair, and Ashley Schultz. Just 4 lightweight market hogs. Again, we want to thank Kiesel Brothers of DeKalb, C. Astro, White Kiesel for donating the exhibitor t-shirts today. Really appreciate that. And remember, if you're selling a hog market, you need to be here. The truck will be here at 2 o'clock. The kids need to be here, the families to help assist load the market hogs for the truck at 2 o'clock. Remind you each year that when you come home for this event, disinfect all your equipment and probably leave it out in the sun for a couple of days. And we'll put it right back where your hogs can be in here. This completes the class.
So right now we have our first class of lightweight market hogs that definitely turning up the heat. We've got some quality out here. We've got 4 individuals out here, 4 young ladies doing an awesome job. Let's put our hands together for all these kids. We've got a pair of litter mates out here, and I'm not talking about pigs. They're coming out here, and we had to wait for one of them, and I'm giving her a hard time for showing up late. And then I realized her sister was here, and she came in first, but she didn't help her sister out. Just trying to figure out what I think there's just some competition. So I think your folks need to sit you down later and talk about how you need to help each other out. That's what 4-H is all about. They're just all serious. That's all it is. So let's put our hands together. Just get around fun. We're having fun. Young lady that did come out here, she's going to go ahead and lead off this class. This is the stout, powerful player that comes out here and gives you a good look from the side. He's not the most trendy, but I think this is the one that offers us the most market hog characteristics. He's very comfortable. He's going to go ahead and lead off our class. Congratulations. Young lady's also showing horses, so she told me to hurry up, and she wants to go there and show a horse as well. So we'll do that for her. The young lady, her sister, she's going to go ahead and follow up in a second. I think this one complements our class winner because this one gives you just a little bit more look, a little bit more extension from legs forward. As we get a little bit more critical, this one, he's maybe not quite as powerful right when you get on the top side of the skeleton. This one gives you an ultra good look from the side. He's extremely comfortable, love the authority, and they reach off of his hind too. Young lady on the far side, here's the barrel that you definitely don't want to bring back for showmanship, but he's a very good barrel. Because he's one that's really, really good at trying to be stout full, pull apart at his blade, release the stout, and turn to the center canopy. Where we get critical is right when we put that in motion. We just need to get a little bit more reach and flex off his hops. We do that, he pushes our class winner extremely hard. Young lady coming out next, she decided not to name this one Spot. She has a cat named Spot. What's your name? Scout. I think that's close enough to Spot. But anyways, I think that's a very nice bird to round off this class. He's very functional, very square in his build. Maybe just simply doesn't have the power to his overall showing presence that our previous ones do. Excellent bird there to round off the class. Let's put our hands together for a good set of kids.
Champion lightweight market pick goes to Delaware Single Player. Reserve champion goes to Clara Single Player. Third place, Ashton Schultz. And Scout gets fourth from our team. Now we have medium weight class one. We have two medium weight classes. There's four picks in this class. Along with Jackson Dodson, Trent Davies, Marshall Meyer, Brody King. They range in weight from 243 to 255 pounds. We'll keep first and second place back to go for champion medium weight market pick. The class 2 of medium weight market pick should be headed this way.